Well, good evening, my stamping friends. I am glad to be here tonight. I'm a wee bit early, but that's okay. I just want to take just a minute and welcome people who are perhaps watching the live tonight here on Facebook. Those of you who may be catching the replay, or those of you who may be catching me on my YouTube channel at LuvINK&Paper. Welcome to all of you, new and longtime watchers and crafters. I'm glad to have you. It's nice to have people here. All right, so let's see. Oh, we're still just a teeny early. I don't want to get started too early because, you know, people may just be finishing up supper or something, or may have lost track of time with it staying light so late. I know that is still an issue with me. I'll look at the clock and go, oh, it can't be too late. It's still light. And I go, oh my gosh, it's 8 o'clock. Anyway, all right, there we are. It's 7 o'clock, and I am Leslie with LuvINK&Paper. And again, welcome, and I'm glad you're here. All right, so tonight I have a few businessy things to take care of. I wanted to let people know, and I should have typed this up so that you had a visual. But I have a couple of upcoming classes, so if you are local to me, you could be here in the studio, or if you are far away, they will be, far away in the United States. They will be offered as to-go options as well. The first one is coming up on Saturday, July the 27th, our Christmas in July class. That I'm offering with my friend and fellow demonstrator Doreen DeCibis over at It Begins with Ink and Paper. So she and I are collaborating on that one and are going to offer it in person here in the studio on the 27th of July. The other one that's really big and really exciting, and she and I are perhaps a little nervous about it, but we have time, is August 24th. It's a Saturday, and we are offering something called a Super Saturday event. The Super Saturday event is going to run from 9 in the morning until 5. Okay, so it's all day long. We will be offering 4 class options. 4. You can do 4 classes in one day, or you can just come and do 1 or 2 or 3. Doesn't matter. It's up to you. You will be able to pick and choose which classes you choose to attend and which classes you choose to pass on, and that's totally fine. So that's that. Now tonight I promised you masculine cards, and that's exactly what we're going to do. And we're going to use the Take to the Sky suite. I've used everything in the suite. Not on every single card, but anyway. So this card right here is one that I actually cased. I copied it almost exactly, but not quite. I've never been a fan of putting designer series paper on the entire card front. I think I don't know. It's not my thing. So I trimmed it down just a little bit, but everything else, oh, and I did the plain a little differently. I did not color it. I stamped it on basic beige and did not color the airplane, but I added the clouds, and so forth. So this suite, I think, makes fabulous masculine cards. The color palette is very masculine. Copper Clay, Mossy Meadow, Boho Blue, Night of Navy, and Smoky Slate. The stamp set and die bundle is amazing. Okay, here's the stamp set, and here are the dies. Okay. Remember, the dies don't come like this. I do this to my dies. I put them on heavy cardboard on a magnet sheet. It just works better for me. Anyway, the bundle is great, and I used quite a lot of that. And the last piece of the suite are these fun little embellishments that have that hexagon shape to them. They have little lines, so they look sort of like, you could use them this way, or you could use them this way so that they look a little more like a bolt, or the top of a bolt. Either way, you can use them either way. All right, so we're going to use a couple of those, so I will not close that super tight. Anyway, it is on page 36 and 37 of the annual catalog, and makes some great cards. So I have a little bit of a special offer this month. If you choose, let me bring that back actually. Nope, I can use this. If you choose to just purchase the bundle from me in this month of July, you will earn a bonus days coupon from Stampin' Up. Okay, so a $5 coupon to use in August. And I will send a 6-card tutorial, a PDF tutorial, to you via email on how to make some of the cards that I share tonight. Okay, so that's one option. Now, if you want it all, because, you know, most of us do, right? We're crazy crafters that way. If you choose to purchase the entire suite in July, you'll earn the bonus days coupon. And if you add just a little bit more, like maybe envelopes and a few other things, and get to $100, then you would get 2 bonus days coupons. But if you just order the suite, it's $74, so you might not quite get there. But you would still earn 1 bonus days coupon from Stampin' Up, and I will send you 3 card kits with the supplies, the cardstock supplies, not stamped images and not any of the designer series pieces, because you will have all the designer series paper if you bought the suite. So you'll get the card kits, 3 of them, mailed to you along with the PDF tutorial. Okay, so that's my special for July, and I will write that up. And so if you are on my mailing list, expect to see that sometime, maybe this week. I'm going down to be with Audrey on Thursday and Friday, so we'll see. It's possible if I can get it typed up before I go. We'll see. At any rate, let's get to a couple of things. I have to grab my trimmer, which is right here, because I want to show you some of this gorgeous designer series paper. Okay, so there's lots of, you can see I've already kind of cut a whole lot of it up. So one of the sheets looks like this, and I'm going to cut this with you, okay, so that we can use some of these pieces. And you'll see I've used some of them already in cards because I had already had one cut. All right, so see, I have some of the tags still here that I haven't used yet, so I still have more to use. So this is and all the sheets are 12 by 12. These are just chunks that I had left over, okay? So one of the pieces has these beautiful clouds that you can easily fussy cut, okay? Or it makes a great background to a card, okay? All right, and the other side is this nice gray plaid. Okay, then we have these airplanes with, I think they call this a topographical map, where they're showing elevation. I think that's what that's called. All right, let's see. Also have this Mossy Meadow map piece with the blue on the back. Let's see. Got some little scraps in there. So we have these fun airplanes, which make a really fun background. I haven't played with this one much yet. And then it's got the copper clay plaid. Maybe this is gingham. Honestly, I have a hard time knowing which is which. Not sure about you. Throw me a comment if you know what the difference is between plaid and gingham, because I don't. All right. Anyway, so there's that. There is, hang on. There's these green airplanes. Well, the airplanes are white. The background is Mossy Meadow. And this really fun, it's got little rivets, so it's like pieces of metal overlapping. It's kind of cool. And I think that's all of them. Yep, I think I've showed you all of them. All right, so let's throw these pieces back in here so they don't get lost. All right, so let's pull in. So some of you may remember that we had a Daisy Designer Series paper, and it really mattered which way you cut it. There were some very specific things that you had to do. This one is not nearly as complicated, okay? You really can do 1, 2 cuts this way, and then the rest will kind of work themselves out pretty easily. So what I like to do is just at the very edge is make sure that where those where that line is lined up right in my trimmer groove. And then I'm just gonna run that through like that. Okay. And if it's not perfect, don't worry about it. You can always trim each piece later. Okay. And then we'll just get that one. There we go. So then once you've got your 3 pieces, then you just cut. So like for this one, I would cut the individual tags apart, again, by just lining them up in my trimmer. Not sure if I'm off camera. Hang on just a second. Let me push a few things out of the way and I can come up a little farther. There. I'm sure that I'm in camera now. So I would just line this up and take that off, and then I would just use my snips to snip off the corners for the tag shape. Okay. All right, so we'll put that over there. I'm not going to do each tag because now you know how to do that. I am going to cut some of these pieces because I want to use them. All right, so this is the biggest piece, and it measures 6 by 4. Okay, so this is the biggest one, which is actually bigger than a card front. Okay, so I'm going to trim that one down just a smidge. These end up measuring 3 by 4, which layered onto a piece that's 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 is perfect. Absolutely perfect. All right, so let's set those aside, and then I've got a couple more here that I might want to use. So I'm going to just quickly cut these apart. Okay, so now that can go. So I'm gonna start with this card right here, and you'll see why in a second. I just fussy cut some of the clouds. Now there are clouds in the stamp set that you can stamp. There are dies that cut the clouds out, the stamped ones. I did not try to see if any of the dies fit these. I don't believe they do, but they're super easy to fussy cut. And I even used the ones way at the edge that got a little bit cut off, because it doesn't really matter. You can kind of make them fit. So let's take a look at what we're gonna do here. So I put this on, and it doesn't really, this is not gonna quite fit, and that's okay. You can decide whether you want it over here, so close to this edge. You can decide if you want it up a little higher, and I may, because I really like this plain image right here, so I may see if I can get it, and I can, up there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere that one down. Okay, so I'm going to go up here, so I'm leaving as much of that, and I am going to go this way so that it's pretty close there. Okay, then I'm going to add my clouds, and I'm just going to come down just a little bit there. You know what? I might use a little liquid glue. I'm told that this is far more economical, and it probably is, but anyway. Okay, there we go. And then this one, this little cloud down here, right to the edge there, just so it gives the feeling of flight and stuff. Now, you could choose to color this. I did not. I think it looks fine the way it is. You could add one of the die cut propellers here as well if you wanted to. There's lots that you could do to step this up a little bit if you wanted to. Now, I do like to tip my airplanes going up a bit, so as not to have anybody nosediving and crashing. Crashing is bad, so we're climbing, we're ascending, okay? And I think we're gonna put this up on dimensionals. I'm not sure that it was in the sample that I'm copying, but that's okay, because, you know, it's my card. And even though I'm casing somebody else's work, I'm using that as my inspiration, and it's okay to do things a little different. Okay, I'm gonna just grab this little corner piece and put it over here on that wing. All right, so let's take all these off. I'm gonna just check my notes. Yep, I think we're in good shape. I think I remembered everything that's there on my list. All right, so we're gonna just go up this way, like that. And we're gonna grab oh, guess what I did? Sorry. Hang on and watch, and just admire this card, okay? I'll be right back. My glue dots are over here where I was working earlier. All right, now we have those. Okay, here we go. Glue dots at the ready, because I think that's going to be, and I would like to try them this way. So I am going to just put a glue dot You guys know that trick, right? If you put the embellishment on the glue dot and then pick it up, and then that can go there. Okay, so there's that card. Okay, and we can add a little happy birthday down here. And I think what I'm gonna do is put this there. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna banner cut this because it kind of reminds me of when like a plane is flying and towing a banner. There actually are dies in the die set to do that, to hook a banner on the back of the airplane, which is kind of cool. That might be too much. I hope it doesn't gush out. Okay. There we go. Nope, it didn't. Whew. Good thing. Okay, there we go. Let's push that off there. So there's a card with just a couple of pieces from that tag sheet. Okay. All right, so let me try and keep those sort of organized. All right, so this one, okay. Oh, I know why I saved this one to make with you. Some of them I made ahead, but this one I wanted to show you because this doesn't quite fit across, and that could be problematic for some of you. Some of you don't care. Some of you do care. If you care, then what you would do is you would just take your trimmer, or even scissors really, because it doesn't matter as long as the tag, because the tag's gonna cover it. I'm just gonna cover it, cut it right in half at 2, like that. And then, instead of not fitting side to side, we can make it fit side to side. I was actually looking, I thought I had some other card bases, because I'm starting to not like this blue on blue. All right, let's try it. Oh yes, I think I will like it much better on this. Okay. All right, so we'll take that over there. All right, so now we'll put these on at the edge, okay, like this, and go right up to the edge, like that, okay, and then we'll go on this side to the edge, but we're going to just double check and make sure that we're height-wise we're the same. Okay, now you'll see why it's not going to make any difference, because we're going to put this right there, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so we'll just grab that tag, put that like that. Okay, we'll add another one of these. This time I'm going to make it go the other way so that the textured side is up. Okay, so we'll put the textured side up. That raises it a little bit, but I think that's okay. All right, and then we'll just add this down at the bottom. And this could be up on dimensionals if you wanted. So we're just going to have that right there. And that "You're the best, plain and simple" is one of the greetings in that stamp set. Okay, so there's that one. Okay, so now we've done those. Let's see. I was going to show you. Hang on. There's one more. These. Oh, here's the one I made earlier. So this is a piece of that green map, a piece of the copper clay gingham, I don't know. Anyway, and one of those pieces and a cloud stamped. Okay, so those were three that really didn't use a little bit more from the suite, but a lot of that tag sheet. So let's see what else we can come up with here. We also have, so I used this piece, which is a 3x4, and I mounted it on a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 inch piece of black, and then I used the die cuts to create the airplane. Okay, so that's another one. Let's see. Oh, we have this piece. So I mounted that on a piece of Night of Navy. So again, this piece cuts to 3x4, and then the mat is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Then the base happens to be smoky slate, and then this metal piece. I've even got it still here on my block. Looks like metal with rivets, and I just did that a little bit in each corner to kind of anchor this piece. Now, the Happy Birthday is not in that set. It is in my other new favorite that I am just loving. This Simply Said. I love this stamp set. This is really high on my list of favorites. I use this Birthday Wishes a lot. That's still on a block here somewhere that I was using. The Happy Birthday, the Let's Celebrate, I've used those on some of these cards. Here it is here. And so, yeah, lots of, this is definitely, if you haven't gotten this, oh, there's, see, still Birthday Wishes, still on a block because I love it. So if you haven't ordered Simply Said, this would be a good month to do it, along with a few other things, and earn that $5 coupon for next month. Okay, so let's see. I showed you this one. Did I? Maybe I didn't. So this is the sort of the two hemisphere. Nope, hemisphere is top to bottom. Anyway, this is North America and South America, and then Africa and Europe and Asia over here. Anyway, the old-fashioned looking map in copper clay, and then I just used Let's Celebrate. Okay, and I put it on a base of basic beige. All right, so that's that one. That's that one. So we've got a lot of cards. So I kind of over-prepared. So I had another stamped plane. Let me put this one on. Oh, nope, that's a bad choice. There. So I did a Night of Navy and white plane, and then I did, because I didn't want white wheels, I die cut just the wheels out of black. I did a Night of Navy and crumb cake airplane, and I did a crumb cake and mossy meadow airplane. So I had lots of airplanes just in case, because I wasn't sure how many cards we would get to, but we're getting close to our time being done. Oh, I did want to show you one thing though. I did, let's see. All right, so I said I would show you, but I didn't bring black to put this on. Well, that was silly. Oh, here, we'll just cut down my basic gray. That'll work just fine. And we'll put it on a smoky slate. Or, yes, that will work. And it will just open sideways like a book. It's fine. All right, let's grab that trimmer and trim a little bit here. So let's trim this to 3.5. by 5. And I want to go this way, like that. And I may keep those, or I may not. We'll see. Okay, put them over there for now. Then we're going to cut this to 3 3/4. by 5 1/4. Okay. So, oops, that's a little floppy. Let's crease that really well. All right, there we go. Okay, so now we have this that we will put I kind of think black would have made it pop a little bit better, but I think the basic gray is going to work just fine. Okay, so we're going to just make sure that we've got a nice even border. Okay. And then we're going to put that in here. Okay. And tuck that on my card front, double checking to make sure I've got it opening the correct direction. Yep, I've done it many a time. Okay, and then let's put happy birthday up here in this corner. Yeah, there we go. And I might just I think what I'm going to do, and no, I won't have measurements for this because I have no idea. These are just some little scraps that I'm just trimming to fit. So I'm going to put that there. Then I'm going to grab my trimmer and I'm going to just see if I can yep, perfect. And then we'll go this way. Like that. Oh, it's a little big. Hang on. Let's just get a tiny bit more off of that. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Nope, let's put those back where they belong. All right, so then let's put this up on dimensionals, and that will give it that little bit of pop. Oh, you know what? Hang on, let me show you something that you might not know about. And since I have them here, I will use them. When you're adhering dark things, you could use our black dimensionals. So these come in a package with 2 sheets of the large and 1 sheet of the small. And they are, whoop, oh, forgot I had those out here. Nope, that's for that. Okay. I guess I don't have the number. I was hoping I had the item number on the back of the package, but I didn't. Oh well. It's in the catalog. All right. I'll put happy birthday up here, just like that. Okay. Now, could you do something more? Of course you could. But do you have to? No, that's a completely acceptable man's card. Okay. All right, let's see. I think, oh, I know. I was going to use this piece on this piece on this background, I believe. Yeah, it can go on the top open. And then we'll put the navy and white plain right there. And we'll put this cloud right here like that. Okay, so let's quick do that one, and then that will be our last card for tonight. Okay, and I'm not sure which ones would be the card kits. I haven't quite finished that thinking process yet, and which will be in the PDF, but there will be an assortment of cards, and they will use different parts of the suite. Okay, all right. Okay, let's just finish this up. Put this here. Now, I could, and maybe would have, stamped a few clouds in Night of Navy just on the background, just to kind of give it a little something. Let's pop this up on dimensionals. Like that. There we go. And again, we want our plane ascending, not crashing. And then, yeah, let's put the cloud up on dimensionals too. Why not, right? Can never have too many dimensionals. I don't think. There we go. There we go. All right, so lots of cards using that suite. Okay. Some using the dies, some using just designer series paper and a little bit of greeting. Some using the stamp set. Some using designer series paper and stamp set and dies. So lots and lots of different options that you have. Okay, not sure you're getting all of those, but know that a good number of them, at least 6 will be in the tutorial and 3 will be card kits that minus any designer series paper or die cut pieces, because you'll have, if you buy the suite, you'll have all of that. You would just get the cardstock pieces to make the cards. Okay. All right. Well, thanks so much for joining me. I'm going to leave those just there for a minute in case you decide you want a screenshot or something. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Thanks. Take care. Have a good night. Bye-bye.